Our generation has become one of the most accepting and free-thinking. Rising from times of prejudice, we have emerged to be a country that I am so proud to stand and voice for. We've evolved into a nation who has realized that all men are created equally and deserve consideration and respect. This is true for all but one community. The special needs population is one of the largest in the world, with 1 in 4 people having some sort of disability, and yet one of the most overlooked. Society has stuck a label that states that they are unfit for the general population, instead of accepting them as the general population. July 26, 1990. The law to prohibit discrimination against those with disabilities was signed and enacted. We've advanced so much since that day by creating curb divots or a ramp for those with wheelchairs, requiring Braille for the blind on signs in buildings such as schools and businesses, and even crosswalks with certain engravings to indicate direction for the deaf. We've come so far and still have so much to accomplish. Educational rights for these friends of ours are still something that must be pushed. Now, I'm not asking for all the same classes and no aids for these kids, but what I am asking for are the same opportunities such as passing periods, field trips, and tearing away that label from these kids. I'm so fortunate to attend a school where our special needs program is such a developed community for those with disabilities. Being a part of the beautiful family known as PALS at my high school has really shaped me into someone who I can look at in the mirror and say, "You did good, kid," at the end of each day. Every Monday and Tuesday, I have the privilege to mentor elementary school kids and be there for them as someone who they can trust and hold. Cool, right? And every Wednesday, I get the same opportunity with the special needs program known as Life Skills at my high school. Walking down into what we refer to as the dungeon is the brightest part of my day. The kids in our community have seriously become some of my best friends, and our teachers and programs are some of the best in the country. I've had the opportunity to share some of the knowledge behind one of the program directors and teachers, Miss Erica Music. She tells us that our program really does make a difference and that the smiles on these kids' faces are nothing to be compared to. They really do see an impact, and so do I. Many schools, however, do not have this opportunity. I sat down with Graciela Vasquez, getting a better view on what happens outside of our district. Her brother has been influenced by a disability that has restricted him from certain rights at previous schools. She says that many are uneducated on the topic, and if they were to be informed, much would change, for the better. What is an inconvenience to one may be the best part of their day to another. By giving these kids in this program the right to opportunities that the general population has, will be enabling them and others to grow as individuals. PALS has seriously become the biggest thing in my life. It has enabled me to branch out in my community and truly make a mark. I've been able to surround myself with people who I love and who I know love the experience as much as I do. The ADA has been an organization that has made a huge impact by representing those with disabilities.
The South Lawn was packed with people. All of them there had worked and worked and worked to see the law pass. So it was a shining day and a shining moment.
It was legal to take away a child from a disabled mother without any other reason than she being disabled. Under the 14th Amendment, however, all persons who are born or naturalized in the United States are citizens of the United States and of the state wherein they reside. No state can make or enforce any law that will abridge the privileges or immunities of citizens of the United States. They shall not deprive any person of life, liberty, or property without due process of law, and they cannot deny to any person within its jurisdiction the equal protection of the laws. Without this, the specialized needs community would be denied their rights. Through this community has been able to shine, telling their stories.
I don't know how you describe the signing ceremony. We had people everywhere. They were on gurneys, white canes, wheelchairs, walkers, and seeing eye dogs. I mean, any device that helped people get around was represented that day. We covered the White House lawn for sure.
Not only do the people with disabilities benefit, but also those who are working with this community. I am proud to say that I am a PAL, and I love what we do.
There was a ceremony, and the ceremony was very important, but the moment was much more than that. The moment was a recognition of the rights and abilities of people with disabilities, a recognition of respect for people with disabilities, a recognition of the end of discrimination against people with disabilities, and that the spirit of that, the feeling, whole crowd, was that in American Sign Language there's a sign for that, and the sign is, it's called PA. PA. That's how you make a sound when you sound it. PA. And that was a PA day. That was the day that you guys saw us as your peers and not as someone who needed your help.